good, man? So, you see the title of the video, I always say this channel ain't got no box. You ain't finna box us in. We gonna talk about anything that interests us over here, you feel me? So we like, we gonna talk about it. I watch a lot of shows, but lately I ain't been able to sit down and watch them all just because I be working and trying to find videos to talk about and, just doing other little things. Life, bro. It's just life. So I ain't never had time to really be sitting down, but I like shows more than movies. I like long, draw it out. I like you building it up for me. So I was able to sit down Sunday yesterday and just watch this show. I literally watched from episode 1 of season 3 all the way to the last episode. I finished it. And I'm like, man, yeah, I want to talk about it, bro. So, this is just my honest review on the season and what I think about it and things I feel like could have been different or anything like that, really. I got a few things written down to kind of keep me on track so I'm not as long. But first and foremost, if you're watching this and you ain't watch Outer Banks, man, don't watch this, bro, because I'm going to talk about stuff that didn't happen already. I'm talking about this season particularly. So even if you watched and ain't watched season 3, then don't watch this, bro. So if you right here at this point, I would say go watch it and then come back, man. I definitely would recommend you to watch it for sure. So first of all, I rate the show like a 9 out of 10. Cool shit. That'd be real good. I'm just not going to give it a 10 because you got to be a perfect show. I can't find nothing wrong with it to give you the 10 out of 10. So I give you the 9. The characters, lately, I've been, I like to kind of fill the characters out more. You dig what I'm saying? I'm more of a critique on that. You dig what I'm saying? To see how good a show and directors do at building the character up, making you want to, feel for a character, making you want to relate to a character, making you attached to a character. You like some more than others. When I was younger, I used to just watch a show just like, okay, the main character, I'm just stick with them. And, I want them to win and I don't want them to lose. But, like, as I get older, I start to, appreciate the other things more, you feel me? So, like, even though they all main characters, the show basically is really about John B. and his family ties or whatever like that. But so, it start off season 3, they are in this little Polandia, right? This little deserted island they been on. I thought that was cool, man. I liked it how, everybody was together. I liked it how I know 30 days of being on the island, you could tell they was a real family over there, you know what I mean? And they seemed the most happy than they ever was throughout the whole show whenever they was on that island, I'm gonna say that. And so they end up leaving. One thing I noticed out of everybody, it was everybody's faces you could see, like, it was kind of like not knowing what to expect. Like, we got to go home, face our parents. We got to go, we got to go face the real world, the things we left behind. And I feel like, the dude, JJ, if you watch it, he felt it the most. Like, you could tell on his face, they kept showing him, like, he kept looking at Key like he really didn't want to go back because ain't nothing back home for him, for real. Everybody else got somebody. Sarah and John B., they parents, they thought was dead or gone or whatever like that at this time. But they had each other. Key and Pope, they had their parents. Cleo, she had Pope and she had everybody else, but she been like that since she was younger. So she used to being on her own. And then, JJ didn't have nobody, bro. So, yeah, that was that. And so, just kind of going down the list of new characters. So, Big John, I think, they did a good portraying him. He was a good actor. The only thing I didn't like about him, and you can't fault him because that was his role, was how demanding he was of this treasure, bro. Like, he almost was like whenever John B. said, man, like, he was really more of a friend than a dad for real. I kind of got that, like, keep pushing him, like, bro, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Then he would use him being a dad to kind of over John B. to persuade him to get what he want. And John B. would kind of just bend to that because that was his pops. But you could tell a lot of the shit he was doing, he didn't really fuck with. Especially, I didn't like how dude, I ain't gonna lie, at the end when Sarah saved John B. life from dude that was finna smoke him because his dad didn't want to tell him what the treasure was, his dad was gonna let him smoke him, bro. His dad was gonna let him smoke him. I already know. I know this off the rip. He talking about something Sarah got to it first, son. Like, no, you was finna let him take take me. I seen it in you. And so, well, I talked about Cleo. Man, Cleo was one of my favorite people, bro. New people. She was my favorite new person. She was cool, bro. I want her to stick around. I like her accent, like her vibe, like the advice she gave. She ain't do too much. She was chilling, and she was a good addition to this bit, and she fit. It made sense why she stayed. You did what I'm saying? So I liked that a lot. I really did. Rafe. I wrote next to his name, justly unjustified. I say that because a lot of this shit, whenever he explained to, Key, whenever they was in the room, whenever they was locked up, I didn't, feel pity for him or understand him as far as, okay, cool, what you did was okay. But it was more so, if I was to look at it from the point of view that you trying to give her, I could see what you're saying. So it's not like you did this and you did it just because you didn't have no reasoning and you just a fucked up person. Like, he was like, man, I know I'm messed up and I know I did wrong, but I'm a victim in a way. Then he started explaining how he's a victim. I wouldn't say he was a victim, but I got the point he was trying to make. And, he was a good actor. He was good. He kept the tensions up because, he was like stuck between trying to do right and trying to prove to his dad, but also trying to be on his own and fighting his own demons and becoming his own man. And, when you step out like that, it's demons you're going to have to face and you're going to have to fight. And, if you let them take over you, they on your heels. As you running, trying to move forward, they on your heels. As soon as you let up and let them consume you, you good as gone. And so whenever he said, the devil's got you, son, Ward told that to Rafe, the devil's got you, son. Like, I was like, yeah, for real. Like, but he was a good villain. I ain't gonna lie, he was a good villain. He still had morals and principles he stood on at the end of the day. I think that's what made me like about him the most. He had morals and principles and things that he stood and lived on. He still his own family, regardless. Well, his dad more than not so his sister, but his dad, his loyalty was in his dad, and it came through in the end. He did some fuck shit, but he made up for it. Singh, he was a cool character. All his resources made sense. He came up from nothing in his country, that South America. You don't even, wherever he was. Yeah, I think he was in South America too. No, or they went to South America. Yeah, they went to South America. I don't remember exactly where he was, but yeah, he came up from nothing, and he just owned all these gunmen because he got so much money, so much land, and stuff like that. So he was cool. He was low-key a little just in the way he moved, man, but he was greedy, and that's what killed him, and he was greedy. He was greedy. He didn't matter how somebody else suffered. As long as he got what he wanted, he was okay with it. He tried to make it make sense, like, okay, I'll let you go if I get what I want. But the whole time, he taking people against their will and things like that. So really, you're not really being as just as you're trying to make it seem. And then he went about murdering and doing the crazy shit. So he did. His role was straight. So that I ain't have no complaints about, him. Now we talk about the relationships, man. That's the last thing really I had on my list before I kind of just spitball. So first one, Sarah and Topper. Man, Sarah, you drove me, cuz. You drove me. You drove me, son. I was talking about I'm mad as a bitch. Like, man, what the fuck, son? Why would you do this, bro? Like, I'm talking about I'm in it, like, just shaking my head. Like, man, toe up, bro, toe up. So, in the beginning, whenever they first seen Topper on the boat, and she was like, what would John B think? Because they were trying to, throw her on Topper so they could get his truck for the cross. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I said I agreed. I'm like, yeah, y'all tripping. Because she was like, no, what would John B think? I'm like, yeah, man, y'all tripping. Y'all trying to slime me out. It's over with. I'm not gonna mess with dude. Think as if I was her. So then they threw her out there. So then she started talking to dude or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. If she play her cards right, then maybe I could see, like, for the greater good. John B gonna understand. Then she started really fucking with dude, kissing. I'm like, oh, man. And then what blew me is that her episodes after that, after she started narrating, like how she felt and what was going on, I couldn't agree with it, bro. It wasn't just enough for me. It didn't make enough sense for me to be like, yeah, with the Kooks wanting to take you back, you was opposed because the Kooks didn't want you. Now you came back and the Kooks accepted you with full open arms and you're with your people. And nah, man, I didn't accept that, bro. I wasn't gonna forgive her at all. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was really me, so I was like, man, Sarah told, bro. But John B took her back. You know, in his love, you know, you let people slide off shit you shouldn't. You feel me? I feel that's what happened with them. Now, granted, she got dude out and got them to South America, but I mean, her people come from money. That just is her getting him a ride across town. You dig what I'm saying? So, and JJ and Key got there with Barracuda Mike, so they still would have got there anyway, and it would have been without Ward following and know what was going on. So, you know, that could have been something better too. So, just that, like, man. And then top of Slime, he could have killed all of them. He gonna burn the house down. That's some whole shit. Cause you hurting, you mad. But, so, yeah. Sarah and John B next. I don't know. I thought they was smooth real good at first, you feel me? But how you get them, how you lose them. Took her from top took her from you. She came back. She kept saying she don't know what she wanted and with the wham like that. So, I don't know, bro. It showed 18 months later them kicking it and still obviously they was together, but I don't know, bro. Who's to say the next adventure she might find her a pirate or a captain or somebody that just got a sweet mouth and her and John B might go through it again or whatever, you know? She just didn't seem a loyalty kind of shaky and flaky. I think John B was kind of feeling that too, man. Then they got JJ and Pope. You know, they kind of had a little disagreement about the Key and JJ thing. But Pope inevitably just says, you know what, it is what it is. I'm not going to stop y'all from being happy. Pope and Key, kind of the same thing. They had a little weird stance about things after how they talked it for like a day or whatever and just decided they wasn't going to do that. So, they overall was good, though. Wasn't nothing crazy. And you got JJ and Key. You know, JJ, I feel like he was handling it the right way, but he was also handling it the wrong way. She was telling him that she basically wanted him. And he was like, you know, like, we don't come from the same place. This wouldn't work out. Like, you know, I can understand. I could feel for that. Like, you don't understand. I'm fucked up. And if I don't want to, number one, fuck up you because I care for you. But number two, I'm so fucked up that you might not be able to handle how fucked up I am. You dig what I'm saying? And, you know, she wasn't trying to hear that. She wasn't trying to hear that. And he was running from the conversation and basically saying how he felt until he didn't, and he stepped up to the plate. So that's why I say he handled it well, but he didn't because he was kind of running from it. Then, you know, we got Pope and Cleo. Pope and Cleo, you know, no more no love club. No more no love club. So it was cool. You kind of knew that was gonna happen. They was vibing together the whole time by themselves. She like his sound mind. Like whenever he ain't know what to do, if he was speaking emotionally and irrationally, she kind of talked him off the ledge and, you know, calmed him down. So, you know, I liked it that. Then you got, you know, JJ and John B, they the same. They didn't really change. Nothing, they didn't fall out. They didn't get into it like nothing. They was the same. They bros. They was kicking it the whole time. Pope and John B, same way. They didn't really have no scenes where it was just them two bonding and vibing together like that for real. Then you got Cleo didn't really do nothing else with nobody. She was either with the group or with Pope the whole time. So like the other interminglings of that, besides the ones I named, it was just normal, like with the group kicking it. They didn't have nothing where they like bonded and really, yeah. So, man, you know, like I said, overall, I rate that bit of like a 9 out of 10. I say 9. I didn't give it that full 10 because it had too many hella coincidences, bro. Like I said, too many hella coincidences because I wrote hella coincidences. But it just had a lot of coincidences. Like, man, okay, cool. I'm going to name like a few of them off the top of my head. So JJ and Kiara, they was coming to South America. They, like I said, they took a different way to get there. And so they looking for everybody. And all of a sudden they look up and they see Pope and Cleo running away from singing his men. He be like, we literally haven't been here for 2 minutes. So they found him like that. Then they had John B. and Sarah. They was searching around, looking, trying to find the guy dude, but also looking for John B. Dad at the same time. They stopped and started talking, and then all of a sudden they hear above them 2 people fighting and arguing. It's John B. Dad up there fighting and arguing or whatever with the 2 dudes trying to escape. So they helped him escape. He just happened to be right on top of them. And then they had some more just coincidences that happened I can't think of. But I don't like shows when shows do that, bro, because I don't like, it's a TV show, number one. So you have the luxury of not making coincidences. Movies, they don't only have a certain amount of time, so some shit they either gotta just fill in the blank by just making one quick thing happen, or they don't even show it. It just happened. You dig what I'm saying? You just kind of just gotta guess how it connected or whatever. But a TV show, bro, you have a long time to draw shit out. You're already building up so much, man. Don't just make it a coincidence. Go ahead and add the little extra minutes, or even if you got to make an extra few episodes to build it up and make it all flow right, then do that, man. That's what I appreciate about the show. That don't skip out on shit. I feel like they're skipping out. Like, you didn't want to build up how they found them or how they had to go through shit to get to them, so you're just going to make them pop up in their life. But other than that, bro, the overall aspect of the show is great. You know, I like that. When it's something that I would like to do myself, I know it's gonna be a good show. I would like to have grown up how they did, bro. They really just be carefree, hopping on the boats, going fishing, chilling, hanging out, cooling, partying, like the Poles versus the Kooks, like going crash they shit. You know, a little ongoing, like little bickering between them. That shit just dope, bro. So. Yeah, I just finished that BMF too. I might make one about that. I don't know. Other than that, you know, yeah, 9 out of 10. That was a good ass show, bro. I'm going.